Hello guys, welcome back to Quest 64, where we might just have our final episode. This is a weird dimension that makes very little sense. So let's try and get through quickly, but that's gonna be difficult. I'm not even gonna bother looking for spirits in this place because, well, this place just makes no sense. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all I can say about this place. Um, if you are aware of the damn, I totally blank out on his name, but there's a painter who had made a very famous painting of like weird staircases and doorways that have no rhyme or reason, and they are in every possible direction and inclination, like upside down even or sideways on the wall. I'd like to say Escher, but I could be entirely wrong and just be thinking about the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. Please correct me in the comments if you've made it this far. I would very much appreciate it. I know I've heard the name and I know I've known the name as well for a while, but just at the moment where I need to reference him, well, fuck, I can't remember. Oh well. Beyond this door, where the hell are we? That's going to be the title of the episode, I think. This, from memory, feels like the princess's room in Donderon Castle. But there's a brick wall here. We can't actually go see the princess. Well, the only thing we can do is walk back out, I guess. And we're not where we just were. God damn it, Pocket Dimensions. Stop this nonsense and make sense, please. Well, there's one door over there. So let's try to walk to it. Finally! I was waiting. I was hoping we'd get something. Alright, go to hell. So, statues, huh? Well, they don't move. And they use earth, and they're gonna be weak to wind. So, easy. One thing I don't like, they're cheating. They're using Rock Shower, which is a short area of effect around them. But I'm way over here and I still get hit. And I can't dodge it. If I were to use it, it wouldn't work on them. This is bullshit. I'll say it loud and clear. And I'll say it again. This is bullshit. They can't use that kind of spells. I mean, they may be able to use a spell, but it shouldn't affect us. Nah. The laws of physics are borked in this plane of existence. Right. A little lake area. I can't quite tell if this was a place we visited before. This reminds me a little bit. Hey, new enemy. What do we got? A Spriggan. Oh, you try to silence me. How dare you? How dare you? Okay, well, let's just do a... Ooh, wait. This is a big enemy, isn't it? How's our avalanche doing on this guy? There we are. 120 per rock, and Earth is not maxed out yet. Let's stand in the middle and see how much damage it can output on both. 120, 100. Nice, look at that. It hit 4 times on the one to the right and once on the left. But, wow, look at that. That's what I mean. Avalanche is a really strong one. Unfortunately, it's kind of random. But on big creatures, sure, go ahead. And I've used Earth mainly because a Spriggan is a, like, wood spirit that come from, like, trees, tree guardians. And that's usually assigned to wind, right? The Windward Forest was a forest and based on wind. Durr. So you can assume... Ooh, I did not expect that one. Okay. You can expect anything tree related to be wind related, that is. Okay, that's not so bad. And also, we can tell just from the silence spell he used. Okay, let's just heal for that. The silence spell he used is part of the wind elemental tree. So that's more and more things that correlate to them being a wind type monster. So I figure Earth should do a lot of damage, and it did. Alright, here I'm really just taking the hits to increase my defense, my HP, and technically training my MP as well. We've now gone to 81. It's slow going because I heal about 150% of the damage he does. More or less. So on this one I should be full. There we go. Now I can kill him. But I need more mana. So I need to spend a turn or two trying to drain his magic. There we go. Full on mana. Let's fill up on HP. Which will take, say, 4 turns, maybe? I guess that's good enough. There we go. And as you can see, they are really weak to wind. Obviously, they're statues. They're made of rock. Clearly earth types. Okay, what's this door? Where does that lead us? Okay, now this is the fancy rooms of Limelin, I believe. Fancy 2-story houses. But nothing to look at. And now we're elsewhere again. Yes, we are. Okay, let's just go through the archways then. Oop, nope, not yet anyway. Oof, that didn't do much. Weakling. Okay, so rock level 3, the same cost as Avalanche. Oh no, no, I'm silenced, damn it. Oh, whatever. The same cost as Avalanche. Only did 80. Granted, it could have hit the other guy and done a second hit of 80. So overall, 160 at best when you have the enemies and when you hit them. Oh, hello, new type. A pinhead. These guys, I remember, are pretty tough. Holy shit, they are. They do 3 fireballs when they're right next to you, and it does like more than 30 apiece. We've just lost 110 health in one attack. I am not fighting these guys. If I meet one, maybe I'll give it a try, but if there's any more than that, or anything else next to them, I will not fight these. Yeah, so rock is really not worth using. Avalanche, if we can, is so much better. But it does put us at a risk. We'll have to be in melee for it to actually hit as much as possible. And only large creatures. Smaller creatures like the Rocky, that's not worth. Ow. Large cutter for 80 damage. That means you're probably in wind elemental, aren't you? Let's try a rock. That was a decent hit. 100 on every single one of them. And he's gonna reach, right? Yeah, okay, I'm not staying. These enemies do too much damage. We can't out-heal their damage. Not in one go. We can only do so out of battle. Draining our MP a little bit, so... If there's 3, like, forget it, that's too many. 1 maybe could be handled. And also they're wind elemental, most likely, right? So our wind powers, unfortunately, wouldn't be weakened against them. I mean, I'll still try it next time we face one, but... Okay, let's go down here. There we go, killed that one, no big deal. Just trying to abuse the bit of the fight so that I can get forward movement. I could do the same healing and draining magic I did earlier. But I don't want to subject you guys to that. Hey, more earth. Finally. Just in time, too. Earth, fire, air gives us a magic barrier. That is something we'll definitely showcase. Definitely. That's... If it's not the best spell in the game, I might put heal as the best spell in the game. Heal level 1/2. But magic barrier is pretty close second. If you don't account for, say, windcutters, because you do need an offensive one, right? So top 3 for sure. And you'll soon see why. Could have used that a lot earlier, which is why I say earth spells are great when you have a lot of earth magic, of earth spirits. Earlier, like in the early 30s, it's not great. They're interesting, but like 2 of them are buffs, 2 of them are debuffs. To me, that feels wasted because they don't last long enough. If they lasted longer, that could be worth some investment, but unfortunately, you are stuck with your weekly rocks, weekly Peasley little rocks, your pebbles almost. Sure, they get bigger, but I'm just wasting extra MP. Epona, this is not your cottage anyway, that's for sure. But what are you doing here? I've been waiting for you. This is the very last place where someone might come to your aid. From this point on, no one will be able to help you. So will you rest now? What do you say? Yeah, I strongly advise you do. Yeah, as Epona says, this is the last place you can heal. And apparently that's the Floating Monastery. What? Okay, whatever. And according to what the guide in the desert told us, Epona is the one who came to save him with the Yellowtail book and stopped him from his craziness. So I don't know how she made it in here, but she's clearly the strongest magician in Southland. Well, after us, that is, of course. And now we've just exited a random house, and this is Melroad City, from our monastery. Yeah, okay, so this is the sign for wings, but there's not going to be any wings. You can't enter that. So, I guess go towards the monastery, right? This is the Floating Monastery, so what's over here? Another forest. Okay, we can do that. That's not a big deal. There might be really convoluted paths you can take to reach spirits. I have never spent too long in this area because, well, everything just wants to kill you. You'll say, yeah, but that's the same thing everywhere we go. Yeah, it's just that these guys are a lot more efficient about it. They do a lot more damage, and it's a lot harder to dodge it because their damage tends to be bullshit spells that always hit. So, yeah. Or they have a lot of movement, so they can always catch up to you if you try to run around in circles like we normally do. So our usual tactics will not work here. It could be a good idea to do, like, buffs, but again, I feel like it's really not worth using our MP and turns for that. Okay, so this doesn't lead anywhere. This does not lead anywhere. That's going to be the same for this side and the northern slope. So there's only one place we can go, in the middle where Shannon is.
And, well, she's not fighting us. So what's the deal here, Shannon? What do you want? She has to be at every save point, right? We just had one. She couldn't be far. Brian, you've gotten this far. If you keep going forward, you'll find your quest. Then my job will be over, too. I am a puppet made only for the purpose of leading you. I went out among the people so that I might lead you. I knew nothing of the real world and its foolish people, who are doomed to die. But why are humans so strong? With all of their grief, sorrow, happiness, and anger, why do they shine so brightly? The warmth of fire, the winds in the field, the miracle of water, the abundant harvests. For all of these, they give their thanks with prayer. Tell me, Brian, is that what life is about? I am a puppet, and I just don't understand. I am not of a human spirit. Sorry to complain. If you have the book and the magic stone, this key will open the goal. Your job is over here. Farewell. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the last area of the game. We have 241 HP, we have 81 MP, 50 wind, 50 water, 36 earth, 1 fire. Forget the fire, we don't need that. 36 is exactly the amount you want to get the magic barrier, which is all you need in earth forever. 50 give us the best amount of healing possible. And 50 wind gives us the strongest wind cutter we can do. As well as large cutter if we need to. So, now it is time. And we now have the Dark Gowl key. So, I might have misread, but I thought Shannon said goal, not gowl. This is an old term to mean jail, by the way, if you guys don't know what goal means. King Mammon's prison key. So, yeah, gowl, jail, prison, same thing. So, she's giving us the key, she gave us the book, we have all the gems from all the bosses, and she was made to lead us here to face the evil entity that is Mammon. And she gave us a key to either enter this area or to free Mammon. We're not about to do that. We're not like the wizard in the desert. We're gonna kill this bitch. And here's Mammon himself, the entity of darkness, evil, destruction, and all other synonyms. It is time to end you, Mammon. And yeah, why not get as close as possible to this guy? Right, I don't care.
Ho, 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 ho. Good to see you, Master Brian. We've been waiting and waiting. Thanks to the curse of the magician Epona, I've been shut up in this prison for 1,000 years. My wait is now over. You're the one who can set me free. Give me wings. I will be free. My time has come again. You have released me from my prison. And just to show my gratitude, I will not let you suffer. Battle time! And apparently we're fast on this guy. Cool. Alright, let's showcase our magic barrier. And we missed. Shit. That's fine. Hey, look, we can melee him. There we are. This bubble makes us invisible. I fucking love it. Alright, it is time to do... Let's try Avalanche, because this is the biggest entity ever. Let's see how much damage we have output. 1, 2, 3, 4... But only times 50, so that's 200. Not great. What about a wing cutter? 15 per hit? We only hit like 3 or 4 times. That's not great either. So far, Avalanche is better. What about this? 98. Now we're talking. And look at the amount of damage he does. I don't think a heal will outdo that, but let's give it a shot. So we're at 174 right now. Ooh, 80 damage. Well, we can't out-heal that, that's for sure. If he keeps doing that. That's 57. That's about equal to a heal. We don't want to do that too much. Okay, buddy. Okay, calm down. Fine, we'll use the strongest sacred water for full HP recovery. And he missed. Perfect. Perfect timing for a magic barrier. Grant invincibility. And yeah, just hit him with your staff. He's resistant to all the elements. It's pointless. I guess you can miss, right? That's the thing. As long as you have your magic barrier, you can't take damage. Of course, it does go away at some point. You could always try to recast it as soon as possible so that you don't keep taking 80 damage from this. So my suggestion is as soon as he misses, take advantage. Use that barrier. And take the heal as soon as you can as well. It's fine to spend one turn in your bubble just to heal. You're gonna do so much damage. And look, he can't hit us. Magic Barrier is the best skill in the game. I don't care. There you go. As long as you don't miss, right? You could miss yourself somehow. So, just don't. That's the only the only tip I can give you about it. And that's gonna hurt. That's fine. Magic Barrier, you know. Abuse it and re-abuse it if you have to. And we know his strongest attack is the firewall thing. Which does 80 damage. So as long as we stay above 80, like right now, we're fine. Let's give Magic Barrier a try. Here we go. If we miss, we'll use a heal. Just keep abusing the Magic Barrier. Isn't it impressive? This is a magic game where you have to use your spells for everything. And your final boss is weakest against a melee strike. You would not have expected that, but I think that's why they coded it that way. People would not want to get close to this big guy. But that's the best strategy, as far as I know. You guys want to use another strategy? Sure, go ahead. In the fire branch, I know that you can do power up, which would increase your strength, your attack. So that could be a way if you want. You could, instead of do wind, because technically you don't need wind, you could do just water at the beginning, and then fire, and then earth. So 50 water, 50 fire, 36 earth. If you have the exact amount of experience I got throughout this playthrough. You still end up with Magic Barrier. You're still good here. Plus, in the fire branch, I know that there is Vampire Touch. Oof, okay, now we need an exact 200 from our Spirit Light. There we go. Nice. That could have missed. That would have been nice. Magic Barrier. Yeah. Vampire Touch is a buff on you that allows you to, when you hit, you drain HP out of the enemy. You do a bunch of damage because you do a staff attack, and you take some HP back. You know, like a vampire. You're just drawing their blood. So that's also something that could be used here in conjunction. Magic Barrier, Vampire Touch, attack up, strike. You might have to recast every single spell in order and only get one strike in at a time, which would just take forever in a sense. But that would keep healing you. Ooh, now we have 84. I feel like this his firewall could hit us here and kill us. So I'm not too keen about that. If we have a regular healing potion still, I'll use that instead of a spirit light. Yeah, healing potion. There we go. So definitely abuse your items here. Mammon is the last boss, so I will not try to hide it. In fact, the game didn't try to hide it either. Technically, what you can even do is after 2 rounds, you could try casting Magic Barrier again. Right? That way it refreshes it. You don't have to waste quote-unquote a turn with it off. Thing is, the lowest I've seen it last is 2 turns. So if you recast it and it only lasts 2 turns, well, you're done. But hey, if you hit twice, cast it again. Why not? I'll take advantage of that to heal once. That way I don't have to use an item. And take a hit. Damn. Oh, see, it went off after 2 turns. That's fine, that's fine. Just make sure you stay above 80 health. Ideally 90 in our case would be better, just to make sure he doesn't do a higher damage output. The other advantage as well when you hit him is you kill him. Ha 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 ha. But why am I dying? Why is this flesh decaying? Why am I dying? Life. I hated it. This death. Peaceful. Sleep. Yeah, what the staff can do as well is recover your MP so you don't have to spend turns using MP items. That's what I was going to say. But it just turned out it killed Mammon. We have beat the game, ladies and gentlemen. And Shannon is now getting us out of there, saying, Mammon has been destroyed, but I'm still here. But why? Was I not bound to Mammon for eternity? Master Brian, is this your doing? Deep inside me, I guess I always knew that would be triumphant. The life force that is human is much greater than the forces of evil could ever hope to attain. Mammon was always jealous of you, humans, overflowing with the power of life. I have made a decision. I want to learn more of your human ways. I am leaving Southland in order to meet as many people as I can. Perhaps if I experience enough, I, too, may find my own humanity. Perhaps we will meet again, but until that time, you have my undying thanks. Farewell, Brian. Farewell, Shannon. Now get out of here. I don't want to see you anymore. Alright. Before Brian's eyes, peace had slipped farther and farther away, and the world of Mammon emerged. Mammon, driven by unprovoked jealousy and usurping the brightness and the uniqueness of human life, but the sacredness of the life force can never belong to Mammon, and Mammon has been returned to the darkness from which it sprang. Only a few people know Southland was saved from disaster by a young magician's apprentice. The people can now return to their peaceful daily lives. New towns rise from the ruins, completely reborn. Even those who were injured or hurt are made whole again. Once more, the people are blessed with the warmth of fire, the wind's caress, cool water, and the fruits of the earth. The world will prosper forever as long as people stay close to the 4 forces of nature in balance, and as long as they walk hand in hand. There we go. That was Quest 64, ladies and gentlemen. Turns out this episode was a bit shorter than I expected. I thought we would have to grind a little bit more. I thought we would have died on Mammon, but we're better than that because we did get magic barrier in the end. That's what I would have grinded for, whatever. That's the one thing I would have said. Like, okay, we see Shannon here. I would have spoiled. She's gonna lead us to Mammon, lead us to the final fight, and we need something first, and then I would have fought the monsters. Probably would have ran from the horses and only fought the statues and the Spriggans. Even the serpents, I didn't even check what their name was. Even the serpents were way too difficult to deal with because you saw how much damage they did. That was crazy. So that was not something that I could fight. I could only fight two type of monsters out of the four that spawn here, which gives us still a 50-50 deal. So not so bad. And I knew it was not super far before we got the magic barrier. We just happened to get it just in time. I love the timing we had on this game. I didn't grind very long. I only did it in two places. Connor Forest, which was our first forest before the Earth type boss, just to get us some base stats to make sure we don't run out of MP during the boss battle and that we have enough HP to tank his hits if he hits us. And the other place I grinded was where was it? The other forest, right? The Windward Forest. Yeah, I grinded it a little bit in Windward Forest before Zels because I knew Zels would hit me a lot with his attacks because I just have no idea of the pattern of his like wedges. So I needed to have extra health and I needed to have extra MP, which in the end turned out to work perfectly fine. And that's all the grinding I did. Everything else has been on camera and you have seen it all. I have not run from many battles, only those that were way outmatching me. So whenever you get the chance, take the battle when you know you can fight them. Of course, you can't always know ahead of time, but it's easy to figure out. For example, those large serpents that did 3 fireballs and 30 plus damage per. We didn't know. Like, the first reaction I would have if I played this the first time, like, I don't know this new monster. I don't know what it does. So I'll move close to the escape line, because I couldn't escape that turn, and take a pot shot at them with my wind cutters, see what I can do. And seeing the kind of damage output there is, I would say, nope, no way. It's double. It's more than double. Well, it's about double what we could heal. That's ridiculous. With one spell, one attack, that's ridiculous. It's 3 projectiles, so technically one can miss fairly easily. So they do 60-ish damage, maybe 70. That's still more than what we can heal. Anyway, there's your end screen, guys, on a sunset over Southland. Not that we can see Southland. And with that, we are brought back to the main menu, I believe. Anyway, yes, you just have to learn from your encounters. Wow, do we not have the main menu? We just end on the black screen? Wow, I forgot. This would make me think there might be something else if you wait long enough, but there's just nothing. So I'm going to wrap it up quickly, I guess. This was one of my favorite games. I like everything that revolves around elements, and that's the core of this game, and combining elements to make different spells. One thing I might do in the future, not right now, because I've been playing this non-stop to get all the episodes out, and I didn't post a single one yet. I wanted to do that so I can have something to post for a while with no problem. And let me just reset this here, something to watch at least. And I'll lower the volume for that. There you go. Yeah. That way you guys have something. Uh, and I've mostly been thinking, yeah, I love this game. I want to play it again. Why not record it? And that's what I did. So one thing I might do in the future is I might just off camera do a fire grind. Not here, I don't think, because there's no way I'm gonna fight these monsters long enough to get 50 fire and get up to 50 in earth. But I might load the previous save, an early save, like as soon as we hit 50 water, maybe, so at the desert. And then focus fire so that you guys can have an idea, although that would only give me about 36 as well, maybe less because I wouldn't have magic barrier, although we did just get magic barrier for last boss, so it would give me about 36 fire. So at least it could show you guys what fire has, not all of them. We don't even have all of the earth spells either. I might just cheat, do one quick episode and adjust the stats if I can find a way, like load a Game Shark ROM and then this, and then just give me 50 of every spirit just to show all the spells, and I'll give myself infinite health or whatnot. That'll just be crazy, just for the sake of how quick can we fight the boss. Maybe it'll just be a boss run. Maybe that's what I'll record, just a boss run, and try to use as many different spells as possible to fight the bosses. Right? Because I've only been using the same spells every time. Wind Cutter, heal, obviously. Large Cutter every now and then, Cyclone when they were too far for the Large Cutter. And a little bit of Ice Knife when they were particularly weak to water. Other than that, I didn't really do much more. A few of the rock level 1, way back when we were a little apprentice, because that was the best we had against certain enemies. But as soon as we pumped up other elements, it quickly came stronger. So yeah, I'm actually curious if I can actually do that, and that could be a bonus episode and show you a boss rush sort of deal. That would require me to go through the entire game again, possibly, but that wouldn't be too bad, I think. So let me show you what we have here. Our last save was the Floating Monastery, 241 HP. MP was at 81. It's 10 hours and 33 minutes worth of gameplay. 16 in-game days. And Coal Hazard, Brannock Castle, and Floating Monastery. Here, this was a previous save where I did try to grind as much as possible. In fact, why don't I just show you this one? It's got full fire and earth. Ah, I don't have to do a bonus episode. I mean, a boss rush would still be interesting, but I can just... And 73 days. 73 days! That's how much of a difference it takes with no water, right? Look, that's 16 days we were able to beat it. 73. There's also a reason for that, obviously. But yeah, let's load this one up. And obviously we're here. We have only 50 MP. Clearly we haven't been fighting as much. And we have almost full wind magic. And fire and earth. And as you can see, no water whatsoever. There is no heal in this game. This game save. So I don't have a lot of healing items, but actually, yeah. I still do. Because I've been using Magic Barrier a lot, I believe. Alright, so to show you what was missing in Earth is Rolling Rock level 1, level 2. Simple as that. It's a bigger rock. It should hit more enemies. And weaken all. Right? This is why weakness level 2 is not in the same location as weakness level 1. Because weaken all is technically your weakness level 3. That would target everybody. With the same power as weakness level 2, I think. But I could be wrong. Now the fire branch we didn't really get to look into much. Fireball level 1, level 2, level 3, fairly standard. We've seen those everywhere. Every time there was a fire type monster, that's what they did. Launch fireballs. Now, if we do fire and earth, power staff level 1 and level 2. That's what I was talking about during the Mammon fight. This increases your attack power. And here's Vampire's Touch, which is fire, earth, and water. So those are very late in the fire tree. So about 36, 40. But well worth the investment if you can. If you do fire, earth, or fire, earth, it's fire bomb, which I believe is what the werecats were doing in the desert. It just tosses a red orb that just does a little explosion radius on the ground. Magma Ball, those are the 3 rocks that erupt from your location and go in 3 different directions. 1 straight and 2 at 45-degree angles. We've seen the spiders in Windward Forest do that. We've seen the magma fish do that a lot as well. Not a great spell, but if you can line the enemy up perfectly, they'll keep going through the enemies and hit more. So that could be worth. Let's see. Hot Steam at fire, water. It goes even to fire, water, water. Hot Steam level 2. It's just like our wind bomb or the water. Well, we can't show it in this save, but the wind bomb, which is just a cloud of green around us, or the what was it? Water, no, freezing mist or something like that. I forget. Which would be a blue cloud. The hot steam is just a reddish cloud instead. It's the same deal, and that's just fire type damage instead. It's the same spell, it's just different element attached to it. Fire pillar. Fire pillar. What was fire pillar? Oh yeah, fire pillar is the big red explosion that the wyvern in Coal Hazard did when you were close to him. Also, the caterpillar near Limelin, if you were close to them, they did that. There's a few other monsters that did that as well. Homing arrow, which is fire, wind, wind. Those are the yellow arrows that a lot of monsters used. Level 1 is just the 3 arrows. Level 2 is the, I think, 5 arrows. Compression. I think compression... Wow, I don't remember at all. What does compression do? I think that just uh, reduces the movement of the enemy. And the last one, and what I think is the best fire spell, Extinction, is amazing. Let's see if I can get one fight just to show you if it's gonna work. I hope it does. If we die here, I don't care so much. You guys have seen the game all the way to the end. I just want to try and showcase a few fire spells. And earth spells, well, you've seen them mostly as well. This forest is the last forest you get, I think. So this would be the area to grind. If you need to grind right before the last boss. And also, look at my movement range. That's why I wanted to go to a fight. Have you seen that? This is why this save is 73 days. I'll show you after the battle's done. Okay, extinction time, baby. instant kill. It's a low chance of hitting, but it's an instant kill. Oh, not an ultimate wind. I didn't mean that. I'm too used to using wind. Sorry. Extinction. Instant kill. Doesn't matter where they're at. It targets one creature, one enemy. Doesn't matter how much HP they have. Instant kill. I repeat, instant kill. Oh yeah, we don't have a heal, do we? Okay. So I think that's what I was doing. That's what also took me more time. I kept going back and forth to heal at the save points because I cannot heal myself. And I would only use my items at the boss battles. I think that's what it was. I would, at some point when I get the earth, I would get the magic barrier and use the magic barrier in every battle when I go towards the boss until I get to the boss, and then I just fight the boss normally. Yeah, let's show you my stats actually. Here you go. We have 164 agility. I did do the trick of running around forever. And there's not much. Yeah, the map. I could try to show you the map. That I didn't, but it's the World of Mammon. There's nothing here. And oh, we're close to getting a 49th wind spell. It wouldn't take long to get 50, but whatever. And yeah, fighting Mammon here, I would just do Magic Barrier and Power Staff level 2 to deal more damage. See how I do. Okay, these guys though. These guys, because I have so much agility, I always go first. If I do Magic Barrier, these guys can't hurt me anymore, these pinheads. Yeah. And let's do Power Staff level 2. Really boost our attack. That way you can see how much damage I do. And your damage output is usually based on your HP, which is why my HP is that much higher. 253 for one hit. Huh. It would seem Magic Barrier only stops spells. They did hit in melee. That's something I didn't know. Okay, so I guess that's the way to fight these guys. Right? You still want to be protected from the fireballs in case they do those. But if they do a melee attack, you're fine. Let's do Vampire's Touch so I can show you. And strike. So I healed 33. And he does 22. So that's how I can keep healing. So Magic Barrier is pointless, really. Ooh, ooh. As long as I land my hit, I can keep hitting and keep draining health. I do a lot of damage to them because I have a lot of health total. And I heal myself. So that's, I think, how I was grinding a little bit as well. And that's why I have so much more HP, because I did more staff hits. Right, so that turned out okay. I couldn't handle them at all with my fire, with my wind, but with my fire build, hey, you can't take on fire with fire, in a sense. I was doing the staff. Which means our staff hits here would do a lot more against Mammon. We just can't have a turn to heal with healing. But then again, we didn't do that much in the last Mammon fight. I'm not gonna do another one, I don't think. I'm not gonna do that extra episode I was talking about, because I can just showcase exactly everything I wanted here. Extinction is the best one, as I said. And everything else is just fairly self-explanatory. And I've shown you Vampire's Touch and Power Staff. So yeah, I think that closes it out. And what was the Weaken All and Rolling Rock level 2? Yeah, you don't need those. And Magic Barrier, I might last longer if you have more Earth Spirit, but do not take my word for that. As far as I know, all you need is 36 to get to it, and you're done. So probably the best stat distribution would be to only get to the spells you would use more often. So for example, Wind, only get to Wind Cutter level 3, then switch to another element. Water, get your healing level 2. Then Earth, go to your Magic Barrier, and Fire, I guess, go to your Vampire's Touch. You'll have Power Staff level 2, I think, before that. Or that could be the last one you get, maybe. That might be doable in one run. Because you take off 14 or 15 per element. You shove that into one, that's about 45. Yeah, you could max one element and then have a mix of everything else. That would be doable. Anyway, enough rambling from this player. I've been playing Quest 64 for a long time. I love this game. That's why I keep talking about it. Thanks everyone for watching and staying with me from the first episode to the last. If you have, if you jumped in the middle, why? Just go back to the first one. You'll understand more because you'll probably be lost about what I'm talking about. And if you jumped on the last one just for tips against Mammon, well, you've got more than what you bargained for because I gave you the perfect run for wind, water, and earth. And I've just shown you how to deal with fire and earth and wind as well. So if you ever want to do a run with no wind, you'd still use this. You'd do fire, earth, and water. You'd be able to heal on top of what I currently can. And if you want to do one with no earth, that might be the harder one to pull off against Mammon, but you'd be able to heal. You just need a lot of items. So if you've been hoarding your items, that would be the time. Certainly. Use all your spirit lights, use all your healing potions. I guess you could increase your agility or your attack power, but I would suggest focus on Vampire's Touch and Power Staff level 2 so that you can do as much damage as possible and heal as much as possible to minimize the amount of times you have to take a turn to heal. And definitely just do the circle thing to increase your agility because monsters will miss you a lot more. Okay, enough. I've talked long enough about this game. I'm sorry, I keep going on to more tangents. So this is the final line. Again, thanks everybody for watching. I love this game. I love you all for watching from first to last episode. And we'll see you into another game. I don't know what it's going to be, but there's going to be something. I don't know when it's going to be, but I will find some time to add something new. Until then, goodbye.